immediately upon becoming president. How's that looking? Go to the bank audit. 17 soldier suicides every week. Conquer Afghanistan. Russia couldn't conquer Afghanistan. What are we doing? Who's got the marching orders? Well, we know that folks in the military are doing what they have to do, what they signed up to do. But I've met so many veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan that know that they're not doing any good, and they're creating more terrorists every friggin' day. So, that's why we're here. 30,000 more troops being announced tonight at West Point. There's vigils across the country. Richmond, Virginia will not be silent. And I'd want to be here tomorrow night because many things are happening tomorrow night. And if you'll come back, we'll have more people. I was hoping for more. So many people are hoping to Barack Obama. I just have this last shred of hope. He's got an idea. He's got a plan. It's gonna work, you know. I put all my eggs in his basket, and I've got to, you know. Well, I'm sorry. What else do we need? What proof is in the pudding, folks? And let's take the time and share.
Needs peace. Afghanistan needs a peace economy, not a war economy. Afghanistan needs investment in roads and bridges, not in guns and tanks. The Afghan economy is totally distorted by the American presence. Prices are up. Life expectancy is down. The system isn't working. The strategy has failed. And more troops sure ain't going to fix it. What we need is a new policy, not more of the same policy. And our loss failing not because we don't have enough troops, but because we don't have the right policies. It doesn't matter how many troops you put in. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If the policy is wrong, the results will be wrong. We have to change our attitude towards the economy. We have to stop destroying the opium fields, because every time you destroy a farmer's crop, you make an enemy. We've got to invest in alternatives to opium, livestock, veterinary services, better prices for wheat and barley, better transport possibilities so that other crops will be carried to the urban centers. If you don't have roads, you can't have trade. And the greatest traders in the world are the Afghans. They are the people who ran the Silk Route between Beijing and Rome 3,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. If they can't trade, it's not because they don't know how to trade, it's because they don't have the trucks, they don't have the bridges, they don't have the roads, they don't have the access, they don't have the infrastructure because it's been destroyed by war. 30 years of war, and what is the current policy doing? It's just continuing the destruction. If you continue destruction, you're not going to build a peace economy. And it's only a peace economy that can bring peace in any country. No peace economy, no peace. As long as we continue to foster war, bring in more weapons, then we will not have a peace economy. 6 months ago, I was advising the United Nations on disarmament, and I was obliged to say that if the West was not able to produce the political will to carry out disarmament, and if the American government and the American military continued to pour more and more weapons, both into the army and into police and into militias, in that case we might as well close down the United Nations disarmament program, because it won't going to work. I'm a professional disarmament man. I'm wearing 2 medals that I was given for disarmament, one in Africa and one along the Ho Chi Minh Trail in Cambodia, where I collected up weapons from the Khmer Rouge. For some reason, the King of Cambodia gave me a medal. So you don't have to be a soldier to have medals. You don't have to kill people to be successful. You just have to have the right strategy, the right economy, the right approach, and it's better to make friends than to kill them. ULTON. I'll give you a card.
Thank you for coming. Michael Moore is a little bit more optimistic about Obama than I am, but I think he has a certain wonderful sense of putting words together that I don't. So I'm going to read it. Dear President Obama, do you really want to be the new war president? He is. Sorry. If you go to West Point tomorrow night, Tuesday, and announce that you are increasing rather than withdrawing the troops in Afghanistan, you are the new war president, pure and simple. And with that, you will do the worst possible thing you could do, destroy the hopes and dreams so many millions have placed in you. With just one speech tomorrow night, you will turn a multitude of young people who were the backbone of your campaign into disillusioned cynics. You will teach them what they've always heard is true, that all politicians are alike. I simply can't believe you're about to do what they say you are going to do. Please say it isn't so. It is not your job to do what the generals tell you to do. We are a civilian-run government. We tell the Joint Chiefs what to do, not the other way around. That's the way General Washington insisted it must be. That's what President Truman told General MacArthur when MacArthur wanted to invade China. You're fired, said Truman, and that was that. And you should have fired General McChrystal when he went to press to preempt you, telling the press that what you had to do. Let me be blunt. We love our kids in the armed services, but we fucking hate these generals, from Westmoreland in Vietnam to, yes, even Colin Powell for lying to the UN with his made-up drawings of WMD. He has since sought redemption. So now you feel backed into a corner. 30 years ago this past Thursday, Thanksgiving, the Soviet generals had a cool idea. Let's invade Afghanistan. Well, that turned out to be the final nail in the USSR coffin. There's a reason they don't call Afghanistan the Garden State, though they probably should, seeing how the corrupt President Karzai, whom we back, has his brother in the heroin trade raising poppies. Afghanistan's nickname... I'd have you call Genghis Khan, but I lost his number. I do have Gorbachev's number, though. It's +412278916662. I'm sure he could give you an earful about the historic blunder you're about to commit. With our economic collapse still in full swing and our precious young men and women being sacrificed on the altar of arrogance and greed, the breakdown of this great civilization we call America will head full throttle into oblivion if you become the war president. Empires never think the end is near until the end is here. Empires think that more evil will force the heathens to toe the line, and yet it never works. The heathens usually tear them to shreds. Choose carefully, President Obama. You of all people know that it doesn't have to be this way. You still have a few hours to listen to your heart and your own clear thinking. You know that nothing good can come from sending more troops halfway around the world to a place neither you nor they understand, to achieve an objective that neither you nor they understand in a country that does not want us there. You can feel it in your bones. I know you know that there are less than 100 Al-Qaeda left in Afghanistan. 100,000 troops trying to crush 100 guys living in caves. Are you serious? Have you drunk Bush's Kool-Aid? I refuse to believe it. Your potential decision to expand the war while saying that you're doing it so you can end the war will do more to set your legacy in stone than any of the great things you've said and done in your first year. One more throwing a bone from you to the Republicans and the coalition of the hopeful, and the hopeless may be gone. And this nation will be back in the hands of the haters quicker than you can shout teabag. Choose carefully, Mr. President. Your corporate backers are going to abandon you as soon as it is clear you are a one-term president, and that the nation will be safely back in the hands of the usual idiots who are doing their bidding. That could be Wednesday morning. We the people still love you. We the people still have a sliver of hope, but we the people can't take it anymore. We can't take your caving in over and over when we elected you by a big, wide margin of millions to get in there and get the job done? What part of landslide victory don't you understand? Don't be deceived into thinking that sending a few more troops into Afghanistan will make a difference.